As Director of Advocacy, I tend to come across a lot of young people. They are in front of the clinics, they're at the marches, and they're at the rallies, all with their signs and their endless energy. I met our next speaker last spring at a legislative luncheon in Columbus. She was a guest of Ohio Right to Life because she is this year's state oratory contest winner. A month or so later, I ran into her again at a pro-life rally in Cincinnati, and again at other events all throughout the summer. The more I got to know her, the more I was convinced she was the one to talk about the future tonight. And even though she's talking about the future her generation envisions, I can tell you there is no doubt these young people are engaged here and now, today and tomorrow. It is my sincerest privilege to introduce to you Miss Ellie Wittman.
Good evening, Dr. Carson, Senator Lehner, Dayton Right to Life board members and staff, and honored guests. I would like everyone in this arena to do me a favor. Envision for a moment a pro-life United States. Envision a country where life is respected, not ridiculed. Envision a country where so-called choices will not result in the murdering of an innocent baby. Where babies are a cause for celebration, not something to be chopped into pieces and sold for a profit. Now ask yourself, do you want to live in the pro-life culture you just imagined? Do you want your children to live in such a society? I know for a fact that I do. I know that I want to live in the United States of America, where we are united for one cause, and that cause is a universal effort to restore to every single person his right to life. This is the society I want to live in, and I'm sure I can safely say that every single one of you agrees with me. But instead, we live in a land where it is acceptable to take the life of a child, where one human is seen as more equal than another. Our country has been in existence for 239 years, and for 197 of these years, we have upheld the Declaration of Independence, which guarantees life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But then in 1973, America threw away this guarantee. A select few took upon themselves the authority to determine the value of life. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Roe v. Wade and is the law of the land. When the Supreme Court passed Roe v. Wade, my parents were seniors in high school. And now here I stand, a senior in high school myself, and Roe v. Wade is still in effect. Today, the law of the land gives women the right to take the lives of their own children. Today, it is actually legal to murder a baby. But this is no shock to us. We have heard it time and time again. Ever since I was born in 1998, abortion has been the law of the land. But there is another law. This is the law of the heart. It can be suppressed, it can be stifled, it can be ignored, and it can even be denied. But it can never be completely extinguished. Aristotle teaches, men have a sufficient natural instinct for what is true, and usually do arrive at truth. According to St. Thomas Aquinas, the first precept of natural law is the good is to be done and pursued, and evil is to be avoided. This innate sense of right and wrong, this sense for truth, is stirring the hearts of young people today. It is begging to be heard. And they do hear it. It is being nourished and fostered by recent victories in the pro-life arena. For example, A recent congressional study shows that 36% of voters in the 1990s under age 30 believed abortion should be legal in all circumstances. That number had dropped to 24% by 2010. In addition, abortion clinics are in a steady decline. In fact, over the past 4 years, at least 123 clinics have closed throughout the country. It is the duty of my generation to step up and defend all life. We must be a voice for the voiceless. We can do this by being a prayerful presence at abortion clinics, contacting our legislators to make them aware of where the people stand, supporting pro-life politicians, and supporting groups like Dayton Right to Life. Through these actions, we will arrive at truth and justice. It is time we say no to the law of the land and yes to the law of the heart. Now ask yourself if you will let abortion continue to be the law of the land. Ask yourself whether you will obey the law of the land or the law of the heart. Ask yourself if you will stand by idle, not making any effort to restore our country to its founding principles. I know that this is not the case among America's youth today. We will not stand by idle. We will not just accept the law of the land. We pursue truth because we refuse to be ignored. We refuse to be seen as victims of a corrupt society. We are here to change our culture and make it a land where children are protected from the moment of conception. America's youth is more pro-life now than ever before. It only takes a few brave souls to defend life, and hundreds, even thousands, will follow suit. The youth is the future of pro-life. We are returning to the natural law that governs all. We are the future, and we are the pro-life generation. The United States is on the verge of restoring to each and every single human being his right to life. We have the potential to make this the greatest resurgence of the 21st century. Nancy Keenan, former president of NARAL, a large pro-abortion organization, made a remark on the pro-life youth. She says, "They're not going away. The intensity on that side will not go away." Later, in response to seeing the crowds at the March for Life in Washington, D.C., she says, "I just thought, my gosh, they are so young. There are so many of them, and they are so young." We are the next greatest generation. And you're right, Ms. Keenan, we are not going away. We are the future of the pro-life movement. At the end of my life, I do not want to say that I survived Roe v. Wade, but rather that I ended Roe v. Wade. Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce to you a gentleman who has been a champion of life for years. Mr. Mike Haynes is chairman of the Board of Trustees for Dayton Right to Life. Mr. Haynes received his bachelor's degree from Loyola University and his master's degree in public administration from Atlanta University. He has had a distinguished career as a civil service manager for the United States Air Force. Mr. Haynes is a Christian minister and is currently Vice President of Sun Rain Prison Ministry. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Mike Haynes.
Wow. Absolutely no way we can top that. That was inspiration. And certainly a challenge to us who are currently in the pro-life movement. Now, my purpose here tonight